Hello, hello, hello. Um, this is weird. Obviously, for you guys, everything looks the same. Everything is normal, basically. For me, everything is not normal. My setup is in a completely different place. I am. Excuse me. I am underneath uh the dining room table. Sky, why are you under there? Well, because I want to murder her neighbors right now. No. But also, yes, our neighbors are having a party. And I did check the audio. And audio wise, it doesn't seem like you guys can hear anything. But they have a very loud bass going on. And it's to the point where it's kind of shaking some bits of the house. And in my room, it's the worst. It's the loudest in, those two back rooms. So plan B was living room where it's slightly quieter because while you guys can't hear it, I can. And it gives me headaches. I already took two Tylenol earlier because of how bad it was. So yeah, I don't know how long this stream will be. It might be shorter than my usual. Simply because I don't know how long I'll last. And also it's a very different type of setup. Number one, my laptop is in my lap right now. I have my headphones to the side of me because I don't put them on until we actually start playing the game where there is actual music going on. I have two drinks sort of lying to the side and a snack, sort of a Go-Gurt type of thing. I have my phone and its stand to the left of me. Everything else is to the right. And I have my microphone. My microphone was like kind of the hardest thing to try and figure out because it's got such a long wire. And usually at my desk, I wrap that wire around a flower pot that I have sitting there. So it's not as long when I'm streaming. But today it's in full force. So, and so yeah. There was much discussion with mother of where I was gonna stream because obviously it being so loud in my room, streaming did not seem like the best idea to do it there. But I did want to stream today, so I had to figure that out. And so we're like, the closet, well, it's too dark. Tracking's not gonna go well. And also I have to like clear out a bunch of things, so doesn't seem like a viable option. Underneath my desk, it somehow got louder, so that was out of the running. The bathroom, but my voice would echo and you guys would be hearing double of me through the mic. Mom's closet, but same thing. And also the fact mom's in her room. Not gonna bother mom. And then living room, just regular living room, it was still loud. And I was like, that's not the greatest. But I was like, what if I, having tried underneath my desk, I was like, what if I tried underneath the living room table or dining room table? I didn't think about the living room. But there's no good place to put up, to set up. So, underneath the, table we are. It's quietest next to Casey's crate, but there's no good like outlets that are easily accessible. There, that's the word. Over there, so like, not the greatest. I did need an outlet. I will say that is the one good thing about streaming on a laptop is I don't have to worry too much about the moving of the actual stuff itself because it's all in one thing versus a whole PC where you have multiple parts and multiple monitors. So that is a good thing. Not saying that I don't want monitors and a PC, just that at least I am able to move the stream at times like this. Even if I happen to get a PC or when I get a PC, I will still probably use my laptop for times like this to move. Could you imagine going to a more high quality stream and then something happens and it's like, oh, we're low quality right now? Okay, yeah. Something happened. This guy's over here. But enough of that. Yesterday, we finished Fitz's route, and it was a roller coaster of emotions. Also, chat, I gotta be very careful. I hope you guys can hear that. That is the table. I'm tiny enough to fit, but I don't got a lot of headroom, okay? So, I'm a little worried I'm gonna bump my head, so I gotta be careful. But yeah, we finished Fitz's route. That was a whole bunch of shit happened. Poor Luciette losing so many people in the span of 2 days. It was just like, what the fuck? Poor girl. Poor girl. It wasn't even 2 days, really. It was a span of 2 hours. Or not 2 hours, multiple hours over 2 days. If you can't tell, I'm really shaken up by the thing. It's fine. I personally am of the opinion if you're going to throw a party this late into the night, because it's 11:40 right now, turn down the fucking music and the bass. But here we are. I don't know. These neighbors aren't very polite anyway. Like, if you live in a neighborhood and you have a motorcycle, I think the polite thing is to walk the motorcycle down to, the edge of your driveway, then start it up and drive off. Not rev it 1,000 times, which our neighbor has done. And I love motorcycles, but it's like, dude, we get it. You have one. It'd be different if he was just getting on it and driving off or taking a U-turn, because our place is like a little circle. It's like, okay, fair enough, you're going through a circle, but he's not doing that. He's just revving it and showing it off to friends, and it's like, dude. And also the parties with how loud they are. I don't know if it's better or worse than the meth house. Sky, that's a scary comment. What the fuck? Context is that our neighbors, not the ones that are currently having a party, the ones on the right of us, that house used to be a meth house. The police came in, arrested them, and cleaned it up. It's now to different people, and they seem chill. They seem fine. But, yeah, anytime I look at it, I'm like, oh, yes, the meth house. I don't know, at least the meth house was fucking quiet. That's mean to say. No, I'm fine. It went silent. Nope, there it goes. It's back up again. I was like, I swear to fuck, if I just started streaming, now's the time they decide, yeah, let's go to bed now. I'd be so pissed off. I was really holding out. I waited to set up streams so fucking late, which is why I was a little late. Because I was like hoping they would stop by the time I needed to stream, but nope. It's fine. I will say, at least with this setup, as soon as I end stream, I can just go get myself food. I can make myself some wraps because the kitchen is right there. Yeah. Anyway, trying to think, have I done anything? I mean, it's only been a day, so. I did the planning for the run fair. I wanted to wear a hair accessory, not head accessory, a headband. And so I was going through my headbands because I remembered I had something, and I found that thing, but I also found other things, and I was like, oh, why don't I wear these? These are so fucking cute. And then I came to the quick realization of the reason why is because I wear glasses. So wearing the headbands with glasses, yeah, no, it digs into into the back of your ears. It does not feel good. It's like, no, but they're so cute. But no. Nope. That's why I stick to my hair clips. Unfortunately. But, yeah. I the thing I found is luckily not a headband. It's a, no. It's got clips on the other side of it. It's supposed to go on your head and clip it to your hair. It's like a bunch of iridescent roses. Thought it'd fit since I'm going with sort of a floral vibe on for my outfit, which is very different than I usually do. So, but you know, it's summer. We usually don't go this late, but it's been busy. So yeah. I will say, I was thinking about this, whether I wanted to say it or not. I did find a thing. It popped up on my feed, and I listened to ASMR. Sky, really? No. Not the ASMR that most people think about, because a lot of people thought when ASMR is like the cutting soap ASMR or crinkling a paper ASMR. Nails on the microphone type of stuff. But no, none of those. I listen to ASMRs that are more boyfriend comforts you on period type of stuff. Not exactly that. Definitely not that. But those types of ASMRs. Sky, that's kind of cringe. Yeah, So shut the fuck up. Specifically, I listened to recently. I found one that I adored. When I first listened to it, and I found it again. I was like, yay! They're starting a third one. It's called Starline, and it's by Gab VA. Thank you, Gab, for such a wonderful story-wise. Starline is about an alien and the listener, and that the listener kind of got picked up by the alien, and the alien's like, I'm sorry. It was really funny because it's like, oh Breckett, because Breckett's talking to the listener is like, this is not a kidnapping, but I can't let you go home at the moment. It's like, oh, Breckett, what do you mean by that? What he means is that what happened was that he went to Earth and he crashed his ship on top of you, breaking your legs. So in a desperate attempt, he brings you to the medbay on his ship, and he heals your legs. You can walk now again, but he couldn't exactly stay on Earth, and you weren't exactly in a state to be just dropped off, so here we are. He's like, I promise when I'm done with my mission, I'll bring you back. Everything will be fine. I'm so sorry. And I'm like, Bracket, it's so funny hearing him, like, being like, I'll bring you back, I swear, I'll get you home. When I know damn sure there's two endings. There's one where you leave, and then there's one where you stay. And, I've never listened to the leaving ending, because I just vehemently refuse. So I'm like, oh, Bracket, I'm not going anywhere. But it's interesting. It is interesting learning about the lore around everything, like, for the fact that Bracket is sort of rebellion type of thing against the sentries, who they kind of destroyed his planet, and so he's trying to also keep them away from Earth so that they don't destroy Earth, because we're kind of unknown to them. It's like, oh, very interesting, very cool stuff. But yeah, I'm very happy to be listening to it again. Also, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking about talking about it on stream. I was thinking of how funny it would be for, like, Gav. Because just imagine this random ass VTuber is talking about how much they love your ASMR audios. That's 4 years old. I was just thinking of how funny that'd be. I'm like, what? I mean, no offense. I really do love them, Gav. I don't remember what Starline 2 was like, but I remember I did listen to it at the time. Sure, when I start to listen to it again, I'll remember a bunch of stuff. But yeah. I want to talk about that. I follow this thing. I don't remember the channel name, but it's like Mr. Froggy, and he's just so cute, and he tries to comfort and brings a little joy. I love him. He's I don't know if he's a plush or not, but, like, it's a frog in a sweater, turtleneck sweater, and I adore him so fucking much. But yeah. I suppose. Did it? The bass isn't going right now. For fuck's sake. Seriously. I think they actually stopped. What the fuck? You're joking. Either they actually stopped or somebody finally called and was like, hey, y'all are being too loud. Which I'd be a little surprised about that part, since we all kind of tend to coexist and not speak too much with one another. But they were being super loud. Like, I was talking to Mom about it. Hold on, I gotta readjust. And she was like, yeah, they might be breaking the noise. Called violation? No. I don't know. Anyway, there's a noise limit, and they might be breaking it. That's what Mom said, so I wonder if just somebody got fed up. It was too late. I'm under here. Moving everything to my room would be a pain, especially while live. So, here we are, I suppose. Anyway, yeah. Oh shit, my headphones. I don't have them on. I have to put you so far away. Usually, when I'm moving around stuff, my microphone's still in front of me. But with this setup, y'all are very far. There we go. Alright, headphones are on. So the only like choice for Waltz is one that we did like at the very beginning. And as you can see, the right choice indicator is turned off. Oh. I was wondering. When I was going to the place where you choose who to help you, I was like, damn, none of the crystals are showing up. And it's like, yeah, no shit, cuz it's turned off. Oh jeez. That's not scary at all. Oh, no. Hi, Luciette. I forgot. There's music here. There we go. And now, we do Waltz. He was just here earlier. Maybe he went back inside. Oh. I stop and stare at the small orbs of light floating around the room. What is going on? That's what I'm saying. Why are you lagging, Luciette? No. This isn't it. I watch in awe as Walt snaps his fingers and all the orbs disappear with a pop. Oh, princess. What are you doing here? What are you doing here, says Luciette to the boy that kind of lives at the margin. Sorry, my bad. What are you doing? Practicing my next magic trick. I still haven't perfected it. How come you're able to use magic? Are you a witch? A fairy? Damn! This is quicker than all the other routes. A good musician never reveals his secrets. Right. Do you need anything? I take a deep breath. Can you teach me about goodness? Huh? Why do you look so surprised? Well, it's just that I didn't think you'd come to me for help. If you don't want to. No, that's not it at all. I'm happy you asked me. What would you like to know about goodness? How do you do a good deed? That is a very broad question. I don't think I can give you a specific example. Then how do I do good? That's a complicated thing, Lucia. The easiest way to do good is to make someone happy. So a good deed would involve making someone happy. How do I do that? Oh. Hold on. I'm pausing here because I'm going to use the forward button, but I'm scared. Okay, we're good. Waltz. I find Waltz sitting in the corner of the tavern reading a book. You didn't strike me as the kind of person that would read books. I'm going to take that as a compliment. Though, to be honest, I wouldn't be reading this if I wasn't preparing for one of my shows. Shows? I don't just do magic shows. I perform puppet shows as well. I have to be familiar with several bedtime stories for those. You should come with me sometime. The children are always so happy at the shows. You might get one of your good deeds helping out. I've never been around children for extended amounts of time. Have you been around any children, Lucia? Like, you've been isolated for years. You've got to be patient, too. Children can be difficult to handle. You speak as if you aren't a child yourself. That's because I'm not a child. Waltz hates it when he's treated like a child. Especially when Karma teases him about it. Oh no, Rumpel's just as bad with Waltz the Small. Besides, patience isn't just for children. It's necessary in a lot of situations. I would guess you might need to work on that. Excuse me? Waltz shrugs and with an awkward smile returns to his book. Wait, what did... I missed that. Patience, is it just... Oh, okay, so she needs to work on patience, okay. That's what he was saying. Anyway. Forward. Oh, we've done it. Okay. So, we have done him. We have done him. We have done. Not you. We've done Rumple and we've done Rod. And now it is time for the true ending. Chapter 3. Peter Pan. I decided I could not waste any more time. The next day, I searched for Waltz as soon as the broom stops dragging me around. I swear he was just here a while ago. Anise, have you seen Waltz? Oh, Anise, it's been so long! We didn't see you for like most of an entire route! Oh, I missed you. I missed you very much. Oh, I just saw him walk back inside. I find him talking with Parfait and Delora in the reception area. All of them are speaking in solemn whispers. As soon as Parfait and Delora notice me, they break off their conversation with Waltz. Both the witch and the fairy step away from Waltz. Excuse us, princess. I watch curiously as Delora and Parfait leave the room without another word to me. What were they talking about? Waltz turns in my direction and smiles. Morning, princess. I turn toward Waltz and watch as he begins to put some puppets on the table into a box. Are these toys of yours? Luciette. These? They're for a show I'm doing later. I wouldn't be playing with these at my age. You look 12. I do not see how that is too old to be playing with dolls. Aww! Luciette! Look, Luciette is a little heartless, but she's not a monster. She plays with dolls. Lucia has an entire room of dolls. Of course she's not going to be like, you shouldn't be playing with stuff like that your age. Aw. Obviously Waltz here is like, that's not okay. I told you before, didn't I? I have the Neverland curse. He never explained what his curse was. I'm actually older than you are. I find that hard to believe. You don't know the story of Peter Pan, do you? It's not my fault that Mother had all the fairy tales removed from the palace. When I do not answer, Waltz only sighs and gives me a small smile. I'll assume that's a yes. Peter Pan is a boy who lives in Neverland. It's a place where no one ever grows up. I'm stuck in a child's body as the result of my curse. I won't revert to my real form until my curse is broken. Then how old are you really? I'm 22 this year. God damn, I forgot how old Waltz was. I mean, not that he's old, but like, compared to the child body he's in. What? I can only stare in shock at Waltz's childish appearance. It is hard to believe that he's actually older than I am. I never liked being treated as a child. That's never changed. Even when I was a child, I didn't like it. But let me assure you that there is much more annoying. Let me assure you that it is much more annoying being treated like a child by someone who's younger than you. Waltz straightens with the box in his arms. Now, if my princess will excuse me. He turns to leave. Where are you going? I have a show to do today. Waltz does so many puppet and magic shows. Will he help me break my curse? Oh, how will he help me break my curse if he is never around? I'll go with you. What? I might accomplish a good deed if I come to one of your shows. That's true, but... Waltz sighs. I'm not sure it's a good idea. There are bad witches out there. Oh? There's an evil witch right here in the Marchen, but no one is protecting me from her. Don't say that, Luciette. We had to deal with Delora's death last time. Let's not lose her in this one, okay? Are you talking about Delora? Who else would I be referring to? Walt stares at me for a long moment, eyes thoughtful. He sets the box down on the table again. Don't go anywhere. I'll ask Lady Parfait first. Lady Parfait's over here like, hell yeah, go! He leaves the room. I lean over the box on the table and see a pile of carefully detailed puppets. Sorry, by the way, if the Avatar is jumpy. I am bouncing my legs up and down because I usually do that. It's really hard for me to stop. So I'm not going to force myself to be uncomfortable. So yeah. Just a warning. If it's like, why are you twitching? That is why. Obviously you guys can't see it when it's when it's on the table, on my desk. You guys can't see it, but I do bounce my leg. Occasionally you'll hear like a bump, and that's usually because I have accidentally knocked something over by bouncing. But yeah. Here we are. Everything looks handmade. I used to sew my own puppets before Mother found out and forbade me from making them. She told me that sewing was not something a crown princess should do. That's interesting. Because, like, sewing is such a big, like, you're a female, so you need to know how to sew. So the fact that Luciette was specifically told, no. It's just very intriguing. Obviously, sew if you want to sew. I want to learn how to sew. It's a helpful skill. Gender does not matter. But it's just interesting to me. Interested? Waltz's footsteps are so soft that I do not even notice that he has returned to the room until I see him standing before me. I step away from the box. How does he move so quietly? Permission granted. Come on, the show starts in an hour. I watch as Waltz sets up a small booth on the street where I had first seen him with Emily. Back then, I never thought I would see him again. It's nice to see you actively trying to break your curse. I shrug. I'm not convinced this will work, but Parfait said if I partnered up with someone, I might be able to break my curse faster. So you chose to partner with me? The tone of his voice startles me. He sounds both happy and sad. Was he lying when he said he wanted to help me? That everyone in the margin was willing to help me? Would you rather I pick someone else? No. I jump at his sudden reaction. Waltz awkwardly clears his voice. No, I'll do everything I can to help you. Waltz heads for the back of the booth. I begin to follow him, but I'm forced to stop when he holds out his hand. You haven't had enough training to be my personal assistant yet, princess. What? I stare at him puzzled. I never said I wanted to be your personal assistant. In training? Why would one need training to assist with a children's show? You might just be able to snag a good deed if you agree to become my assistant, you know? There's a teasing twinkle in Waltz's eyes as he waves me off. But until you're ready, you should stay with the children and just watch the show. I think you'll enjoy this story. I recommend getting a place up front. You'll be able to see all the action that way. Oh, this is another case of when the curse breaks, this moment has got to be a highlight for some people. Like, imagine all these children. Luciette's curse breaks. They all remember that she's the crown princess. And they're like, holy shit, the crown princess was watching a puppet show with us. When I do not move, Waltz sighs and smiles at me. I promise the children won't bite you unless you bite them first. Don't bite the children. Fine. That's my star. Waltz. So I know, but you guys don't know, and Luciette doesn't know. So I've just got to stay silent. But this... Oh, Waltz. Star? He disappears around the back, leaving me alone. In no time at all, people begin to gather. Soon there is an impressive audience around Waltz's small booth. I look at the group of children that are clustered as close as possible to the front. They are all clearly excited for the show to start. I used to do puppet shows with my dolls too. I felt less alone when I pretended my dolls could talk. And I am still alone. Nothing has changed. Instead, one of your favorite dolls became a human. Became a witch, so... there's that. I sigh as I sidestep to allow someone else to stand beside me. I'm surprised to see that that person is an adult. I look at the gathering crowd of people and find that there is almost an equal ratio of children and adults. Why would adults be at something as childish as a puppet show? You're never too old to enjoy things. Hello, everyone. An excited silence falls over the area as Waltz's voice rises above the crowd. I, Waltz, am here once again to share another story with you. I hope you enjoy the show. Once upon a time, there was a village whose people were always happy. But one day, an evil witch found... Waltz! found the village. The evil witch carried darkness deep in her heart. She was jealous of the townsfolk, who were filled with so much light and happiness. If I cannot be happy, the evil witch said, then no one can be happy. How overly dramatic. I almost jump when I feel a tug on my dress. I look down to see a little boy pulling at the hem of my skirt, though his eyes remain focused on the puppets. I don't like her. That witch, she's bad. His grip on my skirt tightens. He's wrinkling my dress. I gotta be extra careful here, chat, because, we don't have the indicators right now. Oh. Okay. I suppose this makes sense. This is early game, Lucia. So, you would think the right choice would be to leave him alone, right? To let yourself comfort him? It's not. Remove his hand. I reach down to pry the boy's hand off my skirt. Well, actually, I'm going to check. This is going to happen a lot because I'm so nervous. Yeah, no, I'm right. Okay. But yeah, I'm nervous, okay? I don't like not having the indicators. We need that achievement. I reach down to pry the hand off my skirt, but the boy moves faster than me. The moment I pull his hand away, he quickly refastens his grip, this time around my hand. Hey. The boy does not move his hand. In fact, his hold only tightens, so much I find it impossible to pull my hand away. There's no way I can make him let go without causing a scene. Now I'm going to be stuck holding the hand of a little boy I do not know until the end of the show. Oh, Lucia, I feel you. I've had this happen to me, of just random kids coming up to me, being like, my brother now. And I'm just like, what the fuck? Who are you? I've just got a natural big sibling energy about me, I guess. The little kids are like, oh, hello. How did this happen? Who knows? Darkness spread over the village. The people began to suffer. They forgot what happiness felt like. One villager decided to leave and find a good witch that would help save everyone from the evil witch. The villager knew it would be very dangerous, for if he were discovered, the evil witch would certainly kill him and his family. But the man knew he had to try if he ever wanted to see the other villagers smile again. Many days later, the man finally returned with the good witch, whose heart was filled with light, as the evil witch's was filled with darkness. The good witch, unable to bear the sight of the villagers suffering, decided to help them. She cast a powerful spell that would send the evil witch away and save the village at the cost of her own life. Once the spell was cast, the darkness disappeared from the village. To this day, the people of the village are said to carry the good witch's light within them, and everyone lived happily ever after. But aren't all witches evil? That's simply not true. I've met a good witch, one with a heart more light and loving than any fairies. Here's the thing. I don't think he's talking about Delora, but, you know, maybe he's talking about Delora. Who knows? Who knows? More of the children begin to ask questions. I sigh, unable to do anything except wait, while Waltz is bombarded with questions. Thank you. The boy that took my hand gives it one last squeeze before running off to join his friends. What did he thank me for? Once the audience leaves, Waltz comes out from behind the booth and smiles at me. The show was a success. Princess? There was this boy. He thanked me, even though I did nothing for him. The little boy who was with you? But you did do something. You held his hand. I did not want to. I realized that when I saw the annoyed look on your face. He's like, I'm aware. It was pretty clear. It would have been good for you to do it if you'd meant to calm him down. What? That boy was really frightened by the evil witch in the show. He thanked you because you held his hand and stayed with him while he was scared. Sometimes just having someone beside you when you're afraid is enough. Having someone beside you. I think back to all the times I felt scared. Mother always told me to hide your fear and to never cry because it made me appear weak. I could never ask for her help, and the king was never there for me. Every time I was afraid, I was always alone. I shake off the memories and realize that Waltz is asking me a question. What did you think of the show? It was short and simple. That's it? I created that entire show, you know? Story, characters, everything. It could have been better. You wound me. I have nothing more to say, and Waltz seems disheartened by my silence. You always complimented my stories, even when they were silly. Waltz, you need to stop saying stuff like this. Waltz, telling me stories? I do not recall such a thing. He makes it sound as if we've known each other for a long time. Before I ask him for clarification, he changes the topic. Do you mind accompanying me to the toy shop before we head back? Do I have a choice? Waltz's lips quirk with a smile as he picks up his materials. You might have fun, princess. Come on. This is a shop I went to before I was cursed. Feel free to look around, princess. I won't be too long. I nod at him before walking over to the doll display. Hold on. Okay. I was just thinking about chapters and how long this is. I nod at him before walking over to the doll display. The dolls here are actually beautiful, but with the gold I have left, I wouldn't be able to afford even one. I miss my dolls. Papa, I want that one. The sound of a little girl's voice draws my attention. Oh, hello. I look around the store before spotting a little girl pointing at a big teddy bear. She looks expectantly at the man beside her. That must be her father. The man shakes his head, his eyes filled with regret. We can't afford that one, dear. Could you choose something else? The girl looks as if she's on the verge of bawling. I back away, fearing that the child might throw a tantrum. Instead, she rubs her eyes before looking at her father with a slow smile. I understand. The man smiles and pats her head. Thank you for understanding, sweetheart. You're being so grown up. I only need you and Mama to be happy. I love you, Papa. I love you too. The king has never... Oh, no! Luciette! Luciette's like, oh yeah, I have daddy issues. Time to bring them out. I love in every other route, like, there's references to the fact that the king, you know, clearly kind of neglected her. But this might be the route where we get a full-on view of Luciette's Daddy issues. Uh-oh. The king has never once told me that he loved me. He must be better off without me. Do I even belong in the palace anymore? Papa, look, the king. The moment I hear her say his title, I quickly rush from the toy shop. Hail the king. Long live the king. Hail King Gennaro, who's such a bitch. Anyway. There's the one villager in the far back. That villager is me, who's like, you bitch. Fuck up. No. He's a good king. Horrible father. Good king. He's the first one I see, mounted on his favorite white stallion as he waves at everyone. I spot Ophelia, Rod, and Emily with him, mimicking his motions. The king used to invite me to join him before, but I always declined. He always went out alone. Once a month, the king sets out to check on the conditions of the kingdom in person. It is his way of bonding with the townsfolk. The Order of the Caldera trails behind the royal family, with Sir Alcaster at the head, but there is one particular person that is missing. It is strange that Fitz isn't there. Oh, fuck, yeah. Yeah, Lucia, we've already discovered everything about Fitz. Don't question it. The parade is an impressive sight. The crowds are lining the streets, becoming denser with each passing second. I weave around the mess of people and attempt to get closer to the king. Thank you, everyone. Huh. Sorry, I didn't realize that Luciette's eyes are Gennaro's eyes. She has her father's eyes. So she is biologically Gennaro's kid. Not that there was any doubt. But, you know, if you thought Hildery tricked him with a child that wasn't his. No, she is Gennaro's. She just got Hildery's hair. Huh. He is smiling. A true smile. I've never seen him smile like the baby. Like that. At me. A heaviness begins to weigh down my heart. Suddenly it becomes harder to breathe. Please look this way. Please look at me. The king is looking happier these days, isn't he? I don't think I've ever seen him so joyful. It must be his family. Happier? All I want is for the king to look at me, to see me. But he does not so much as glance my way once. I stare at the ground with bleary eyes. He is happy without me. I return to the toy shop with a heavy heart. The little girl from earlier is standing with her father by the door. He ruffles her hair before holding his hand out to her with a smile. She takes it with a giggle and the two walk off together. A hot ache sings through my blood as I watch them leave. Is this? Oh shit. Luciette! I haven't played Waltz's route in a long time. So I'm not sure how much this is gonna hit me. Because I've talked a little bit. Some of you already have context, the full context of why I'm not on good terms with my father at the moment. But for others, you know, during the stream, I've talked a little bit of like, yeah, I don't have the best right now. We are not great right now. So I'm not sure how much Luciette and Gennaro are gonna hurt me. Oh. We're in this together, Luciette. You got one ally by your side. Is this jealousy? I reach up to clutch at my chest. My heartbeats feel painful. This is a terrible feeling. Princess? Luciette? I stare at Waltz, temporarily stunned by the fact that he called me by my name and not my title. Are you okay? Despite myself, I find my eyes drawn back to the little girl and her father as they stand just outside the door to the toy shop. Princess? I have a feeling. I know what the answer is. Yeah, I was correct. It's Luciette. You know, she wouldn't be her if she didn't lie her ass off. I'm fine. You don't look fine at me. You don't look fine to me at all. At the corner of my eye, I see the little girl and her father as they disappear into the crowd outside the toy shop. I am. You still act tough, even though you're hurting inside. I am not. Here. A handkerchief? What is this for? In case you suddenly feel like crying. I'm not going to cry. I'm not that weak. Waltz frowns when I do not take the handkerchief from him. He puts it back into his pocket with a shake of his head. Crying doesn't make you weak, princess. Waltz's gaze moves to the set of teddy bear displays on one of the shelves. He is quiet for a few moments before he speaks. He's affected by the curse. What? The king. He can't remember you because of the curse. That doesn't mean he never cared about you. That's the reason he looks so down, right? I was looking outside. I saw the way you looked at him. Doesn't he know it's rude to stare? Oh, and how did I look? Hurt. I turn away before Waltz can see the frustration on my face. He loves you, you know. More than you'll ever know. And how would you know that? You don't know him at all. Everyone has their own ways of expressing their love. I'm sure he has his own ways. By not being there when I needed him, he never acted like a father to me. Princess, don't pretend to know what my life at the palace was like, Waltz. This conversation is over. Let us return to the marchen. No, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, no. Oh. Oh. No. Look at what I drew. Luciette, you know you're not meant to be in here. But I drew this picture of us. See, that is Mother and me. And you're holding Mother's hand. Go play somewhere else, Luciette. I'm busy. But you're always busy, Father. I just want to... Go to your mother. I'm sure she's looking for you. Okay. Fuck you, Gennaro! Fuck you. I am vaguely aware of the moonlight in my room when I sit up in my bed, heart beating painfully fast. What was I dreaming about? It felt like a dream. I was dreaming about the king. But why now? A few days have passed since I saw him. I fall back into the bed. I close my eyes and once again attempt sleep. However, but it hovers stubbornly out of my reach. What was that? Who could making that noise at this time of night? I step out of my bed and head outside to investigate. There's no one here. The sound, it's coming from the tavern. Oh, please. Curiosity killed the Luciette. Maybe. Yep, curiosity killed the Luciette. Here we go. Check. I slowly turn the knob and open the door. Hello? Hi? We usually don't see you at all after the roots begin. Hello. The broom begins to hop toward me. I begin to back away. It's the middle of the night. There's no way I'm going to sweep now. But the room just hops past to cower behind me. That's some broom you got there. What? What are you doing here? I couldn't sleep, so I decided to continue working on some of my puppets. But I accidentally stepped on the broom and it went berserk. Blame Delora. I turn around and grab Mr. Broom, leaning it against its designated spot on the wall. But why are you here? I heard a sound. As curious as always, That's gonna get you in trouble, you know. I don't need to be lectured by you. I apologize for waking you up. You should go back to sleep. I would not be here if I could sleep. I might as well stay for a while. If that's what you want. Waltz turns back to his puppets on the table. He leans down over the puppets, checking their seams. Since you're here, I think you can help me. Help you? Oh my god! I love him! What do you think of my newest puppet? I love him! Luciette probably hates him, but I love him! I look at Waltz with surprise. With his eyes so wide and the lower lip jutting out, he looks almost like a puppy begging for a treat. Is he expecting a compliment on the puppet? Well, I look closely at the puppet's eyes. It looks evil? Wait. No, sorry. It looks evil is one hell of a thing. To be fair, that's how I feel about... I have him with me. There he is. That's how I feel about Auntie. It's, Let me look at that puppet again. No. Oh. No, show me the puppet. There he is. Him. I don't know. Okay. He doesn't look that evil, to be fair. Auntie's eyes are just two beads. They're just two beads. And they just stare into your soul. I love him. But he's also very scary. And I have to readjust because... Yep. Heck. I'm so sorry. The model's probably going everywhere. Anyway, that was just made me laugh, especially with Auntie here. Really? I'm glad to hear that. It's going to be the villain in my next show. Chameleon? Thank you for the help, Princess. I'm glad my mentor approves. Mentor? Mentor? Waltz doesn't answer. That's it? Indeed. I only offered my opinion, but he looks so happy. What a weird person. Waltz resumes his sewing in silence. He is very talented to be able to sew such a complicated animal. He's probably been doing this for a long time to be so skilled, possibly even longer than I expect, considering the nature of his curse. You look like you've got something on your mind, Princess. Well, you've never actually told me how to break your curse. Ah, I guess I haven't. Waltz clears his throat as he goes back to sewing. I need to find Tinkerbell in Neverland. Oh, right, you don't know the story. Mother burned all the fairy tale books in the palace before I could read most of them. And nobody would tell me any of the stories. Mother always forbade me from talking about them. Peter Pan is the story of a boy who never grows up. He is accompanied by a fairy friend named Tinkerbell, and the two of them live together in Neverland. In my case, Tinkerbell is the key that can open Neverland. And Neverland is a box, a family heirloom. My shadow is being kept in Neverland. That shadow is my magic. Once I get it back, my curse will break. Magic? I am a witch, Princess. He says it so nonchalantly, like stating what his job is. He and Delora are the same. I've seen Waltz conjure flowers from thin air before, but I never associated that with the type of magic that witches do. You're a witch, a cursed witch. How is that possible? Only the Ten Bearer has the ability to curse another witch. It's why I can only do simple magic nowadays. If I ever want to cast proper spells again, I'm going to need to find Tinkerbell in Neverland. You don't know where Tinkerbell and Neverland are? No, I don't. Does that mean you're stuck in this form forever? How about a story? I feel annoyance begin to simmer inside of me. Why do you do that? You change the subject to purposely avoid answering me. No, that's not it, Princess. I'm trying to explain, and I think a story is the best way for me to do that. I am silent as Waltz reaches into his box of puppets. He pulls out 2 of them, then motions for me to sit in front of him. He holds out a puppet to me, and I can tell he intends for me to wear it on my hand. My feelings on the subject must show on my face, but Waltz is resolute. Please? I do not know what this will achieve, but maybe this way I can finally get some answers. Fine. Waltz takes a deep breath. Once upon a time, there lived a princess who was always alone. She spent most of her time inside her room, as her mother, the queen, forbade her from going out. The princess' only company was her dolls. But the princess so badly wanted friends that she would always sneak out of the palace to play with the children who lived in the town. It is as if he is narrating my childhood. How do you... But Waltz continues speaking as if he does not hear me. One day the princess met a boy. The boy was a few years older than her, and he was the queen's faithful servant. The boy could see how lonely the princess was, and his heart ached for her. They became friends. Every day he would sneak into her room and would play with her. They spent 2 years like that, until the queen found out. The boy was sent away, and he never saw the princess again, until a short while ago. I stumble back as the puppet slides off my hands as I stare at Waltz, my mind whirling. We've known each other for a long time, princess. This cannot be true. Waltz looks at me again, his expression full of melancholy. I always see that look. He wears it even when he's happy. He seems to carry that sadness with him wherever he goes. We were friends. I never had any friends. I would have remembered. That's what you remember. Your memories have holes in them, gaps that you can't explain. How do you know that? Because I was there when the queen ordered that some of your memories be erased. Mother? But why? I do not believe you. I don't believe any of this. I didn't expect you to believe me. Why is he looking at me like that? He looks like he is in pain. But he cannot be telling the truth. I stand up straight, my hand clenched into fists. I'm going back to my room. I must run from the tavern area. Waltz does not try to follow me. Waltz's words loop persistently in my mind. We were friends. I sit on one of the chairs in the reception area, trying to put my thoughts in order. There's no way he was my friend. Oh, what is this? What a delight to run into a princess at this hour. Though I must ask, why are you still awake, darling? I jump at the sound of Karma's voice. I turn to look at him. Karma frowns at the expression on my face. You look like you've seen a ghost. I can only stare at him in response. Oh my, is my beauty so captivating you find yourself at a loss for words? No, I was just thinking. About how beautiful I am? His ego knows no bounds. I roll my eyes and change the subject. What are you doing up this late? A nighttime stroll? I find myself filled with ennui. Right. I will go retire for the night now. Have a good sleep. It'll be another long day tomorrow. You do not have to remind me. You still have a ways to go before you get used to the commoner's lifestyle. I certainly struggled with it. Oh yeah, because Karma's technically a prince. Hey, Karma. I always kind of forget about that. But yeah, technically in every route he is learning commoner life. Karma barely works. I've only ever seen him slack off. But wait. Are you a noble, Karma? Perhaps. 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 This is going nowhere. This tavern is full of secretive people. I wonder if this lifestyle has anything to do with his curse. Well, I'm not planning to get used to the commoner lifestyle. I will break my curse as soon as possible. Seems like we both have a long way to go before that happens, princess. Oh yeah, Karma's whole goal. Shit. Yeah, Karma's whole goal was to wait until Luciette's birthday came and have her break his curse. Which is so fucked up for all the other routes that Lucette doesn't fall in love with him. Because it's like, damn. Technically, she did it. She broke his curse. But also, fuck you, man. She genuinely didn't know anything about you. But yeah, I forgot about that. We don't want to play with you anymore. Oh. But why? We are friends, are we not? Friends? Who said that? You did. We are friends until you stop sharing your toys. But that is because you still haven't... What? You haven't returned the toys I gave you. Return them. You gave them to us. No, I did not. Let's go play with our real friends. Yeah, our real friends aren't selfish. I warned you, dearest one. Didn't I tell you? People will only hurt you in the end. That's why I forbade you from playing with those children. I only ever want what's best for you. I'm sorry, Mother. I am so sorry. Hush now, dearest one. Mother won't let anyone hurt you anywhere. I swear to God, I listened to Mother Knows Best and the reprise. And it really just fits Hilary and Lucette so fucking well. Especially, like, Mother Gothel in Mother Knows Best has a point where she's like, what do I know? I just nursed and bathed you. I don't remember exactly how it goes. But basically, like, whatever would I know? You know, your poor, pitiful mother. And it's like, oh yeah, no, Hilary uses that on Lucette a lot. Of like, what would I know? I'm just your mother. I just love you and care for you. I just want what's best for you, dearest one. So I really want to make that animatic of the two of them. I wonder if it exists. I don't know. Mother won't let anyone hurt you anymore. Chapter 4. Family. 3 weeks have passed since my encounter with the king. I am once again in town with Waltz as he prepares one of his shows. I've already lost count of how many shows I've watched at this point. The excursions have become part of my daily routine. Waltz has been insistent on training me as his assistant, so I decided to play along. Even now, I am helping him construct his booth, though he refuses to let me carry anything too heavy. I have experienced so many new things these past few months. Many things I'd always wanted to experience, but I never told anyone about. Somehow Waltz knew about all of them. Even when he told me your childhood friends insisted that my memories with him had been erased, I hadn't believed him. But now, I'm beginning to believe that he is telling the truth about this forgotten friendship. Waltz smiles at me, where he is assembling the front of the booth. You used to dream about getting out of the palace to see Angelia. And now you're here. You can't imagine how happy I am that I can fulfill all of the promises I made to you. I still have reservations about believing your story, but Waltz, even if you did know me a long time ago, I am not the same. I hand him the small curtains of the booth, my head dipped so I do not have to look at him in the eyes. I am not the child you used to know. I know that. But I also believe that the girl that I knew all those years ago, the one who was always so happy over the smallest things, that kind, sincere girl, she's still you. How can that be when I don't think I've ever known... Blah, blah, blah. How can that be when I don't think I've ever truly known what happiness feels like? After Waltz hangs the curtains, the booth is complete. I expect him to step out from the side, as he always does, but he sets his palm down on the table instead and looks at me. When I saw you again that day, I was so happy. I thought fate had brought you back to me. Waltz's voice is very soft when he speaks. But then you still didn't recognize me. Waltz's voice trails off and I frown. There's still many things he is not telling me. Eventually, Waltz picks up his box of puppets and smiles at me brightly. Anyway, I've got a show to perform. Don't go anywhere. I notice that his smile does not reach his eyes as I watch him walk away. I look out at the crowd that has gathered for the show. There are a lot of families here today. I watch as the two families approach each other. The adults begin to converse with each other while the kids run up to the front of the crowd to catch a better glimpse of the show. Some of the children have shoes, but the parents are barefoot. All their clothes are dirty and torn. Their lives are clearly hard, but they are still smiling. I've never been in desperate need of clothes or food. I've never had to work for anything. I should have been happier than these people when I was princess. But now, I am beginning to see that material things that I had were never enough to buy me true happiness. Hello, everyone. I take a step off to the side as Waltz begins his show. Waltz weaves his stories so seamlessly, as he always does, captivating his audience with every word, but I am not paying attention. My focus is locked on the two families standing near me. When I see these people, I cannot help but wonder, what kind of life would I have been leading? Wait. Oh, what kind of life have I been leading? I thought this was her saying, I wonder what kind of life I would have been leading if I was born poor. But no, I misread that. I'm so sorry. Waltz's show was a success yet again. He is smiling from ear to ear as he counts the coins he earned as a reward for his good performance. You look happier than usual. I am. I've been saving money for a special toy, and now I can finally buy it. He says he says he does not like to be treated like a child. Oh. But he gets so excited whenever he mentions a new toy. I pause at the sound of laughter and look up to see a group of children talking excitedly to each other as they approach Waltz and I. Ah, this might be an opportunity. An opportunity? Making these children happy might be a good deed. What? Waltz ignores me as he jogs up to the children. Waltz! The group of children swarm him, talking loudly as they each try to cling to him in some manner. We've been waiting forever for you to come back. But I was here a couple of days ago. But you didn't have time to play. Can we play now? Please, please, please. We've been good, just like you told us. The boy looks around at the group of children, and they all nod their heads with eager agreement. Well, if you've been as good as you say, how can I say no? The children cheer. I'm going to start counting now. Come on. He won't find us this time. The children disperse around the area. I watch them go with disinterest. That's your cue to hide, princess. What? Why do I need to take part in this? You don't want to play? But we used to play hide and seek all the time. I'm fairly certain I've never played a game like this with anyone before. Is this another memory that was taken from me? Big sister, play with us. Oh, it's the little girl! A little girl runs up to me and begins to pull me along with her. Hey. I look at Waltz, but he only smiles at me. It seems like I don't really have a choice. Waltz turns to face a wall. He covers his eyes and begins to count. Before I can react, the little girl has let go of me and is running off. What is going on? I turn to see a boy hiding behind a barrel. You have to hide before he finishes counting. They didn't even explain the rules of this game. How am I supposed to know what to do? I look around to find places that I might hide. Does anyone have like childhood games that they used to play? Because I know tag obviously was a big one. Hide and seek. I don't know. A lot of childhood games, I realized, just involve chasing one another. Nothing wrong with that. Just funny. So yeah, I'm curious what your guys' childhood, games were like. I look around me to find places that I might hide. Maybe behind the tree? Behind the fountain would also work. Or those wooden crates. Where should I hide? That's a good question. Oh, shit. No. No, no, no. Phone. Stop. Thank you. Okay. Behind the wooden crates. Wait, that is the right answer, right? I didn't save, so... Shit. 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 Yes, okay, I'm right. I kind of deleted the thing without, checking it. Okay. Ready or not, here I come. I cannot believe I am sitting on the dirt to avoid being seen. My dress is going to get soiled because of a child's game. Found you. My heart begins to race as I look at him, but I realize that Waltz has found one of the children. Oh, it wasn't me. Wait, why am I worried about being found? Got you. Ever so often I hear Waltz proclaim that he's found someone, but he still hasn't found me. Do I get something if I win this game? You still haven't found Big Sister yet. You're right. Where could she be hiding? This is quickly becoming boring. Found you. I jump when I hear Waltz's voice behind me. He looks down at me in triumph. You won, princess. I won? Looks like you're an expert at this game. I'm not. You just did not look hard enough. That doesn't change the fact you still won the game. You should be happy. Great job, princess. Waltz pats me on the back and smiles once again before he turns his attention back to the children. He's right. His praise makes me feel strangely happy. Why? Right, everyone. That's it. The children began to whine, clearly disappointed. We only played one round. Now, don't be like that. I promise to play another game with everyone soon. Now run along. I'm sure your parents are all looking for you. One of the children, a little girl, tugs on my sleeve. Thank you for playing with us, Big Sister. Please, come again. Bye. Oh. No. Sorry, my phone. Here we go. Okay. I love you, little girl. She smiles at me before skipping away to join the rest of the children. Such a good kid. All the children head off together back toward the residential area of the town. They like you. How do you know that? Did you see how happy they were when you joined in? Oh, I can see the model. There we go. Okay. Work it with me now, Melody. Okay. We're good. Children are so easy to please. That's why I envy them. Adults aren't like children. They worry too much and don't appreciate the small joys in life. As we grow up, we forget how to be happy. Waltz may be right about that. When I was younger, my dolls brought me so much joy, but now... Anyway, since you won, you deserve a treat. A treat? You'll like it, I promise. I sit on a wooden bench, waiting for Waltz's return. He said it would be easier for him to go alone because he wanted to surprise me. I did not protest. I've been on my feet all day. I never thought I'd be running around playing with children. I wonder what this treat is going to be. Every time we come to the plaza, it's always packed with people. Most of the popular shops are clustered in this area. I observe the town quietly before my eyes land on a statue of the king. He looks noble, riding a rearing stallion. The sight makes my heart twist uncomfortably. I am pulled from out of my thoughts when a child trips and falls in front of me. He begins to cry. Should I do something? Before I can react, a man and woman are there, pulling the child up. The man takes the child in his arm and the woman rubs his back. There, my love. Mama and Papa are here now. I watch as they slowly walk away. Mother still crooning at her... crooning to her child. I think I said that right. I don't think I did. Anyway. Mother would always get angry at me if I was about to cry. I wonder what it's like to be comforted like that. Sorry to keep you waiting. Are you okay? I keep the family in sight for as long as I can before turning to Waltz. I am fine. Here. Oh. I love how confused she is. She's like, the fuck is this? What is this? A candied apple. I love caramel. I love caramel and candied apples. The problem is they're so sticky. And yeah. So we don't get them. And they're also expensive, so we don't get them very often. But I do love them. A long time ago, I promised I would bring you one, but I wasn't able to keep that promise. That's why I'm fulfilling it now. I do not recall such a promise. Also, can I point out, like, Luciette's eyelashes are beautiful. But Walt's like, damn, my man. That was some killer eyeliner there. I wish I could do eyeliner like that. Damn. Anyway. I tore the candy, expecting its glazed and shiny appearance. I did not know you could make an apple look like this. I promise there's no poison apples here. Just ones that are... These ones are just sweet. I sniff at the candy. Sweet. I take a small bite. Aww. Well, I become so immersed in my taste test that I do not even hear Waltz. Waltz. Oh my god. Waltz. I'm so sorry. Waltz. My bad. The candied apple tastes like nothing I've ever tried before. This is good. I take another bite. Another bigger bite. Is that a smile I see, princess? What? I wasn't smiling at all. Was I? When I get some extra money from my shows, I'll make sure to treat you again. I have lots of favorites to show you. There are more desserts like this? Of course. I'll make sure you try all of them. Waltz stands, then moves over to the trash bin so he can dispose of his finished apple. It's getting late. Let's go back to the merchant. Big Waltz. The next few weeks become a blur. I continue to help out in the tavern, while sometimes accompanying Waltz for his shows. Though Waltz continues his lessons on goodness, I've yet to gain a single good deed. I'm starting to lose hope. It has been months since I was cursed, and I have yet to complete a single good deed. Today I've been assigned the task of serving merchant customers. Honestly, I prefer my duties with Mr. Broom. At least I do not have to mingle with all these people. I have only just entered the tavern when I freeze at the sight of a familiar face. Fitz! His posture is stiff, his arms are crossed, and he is obviously uncomfortable. What is he doing here? How did he get in? I walk toward him, but do not get far when he is in front of me, down on one knee with his head bowed. I finally found you, Your Highness. How does he remember me? How did he find me? Fitz. Princess, I have no idea what's happening with the whole kingdom. Everyone has completely forgotten about you, and... Let's go somewhere else to talk. I interrupt Fitz when I notice all the stairs around the room. Not so fast. Seemingly from nowhere, Julian and Garland are in front of me, separating me from Fitz. Lady Julian? Sir Garland, I was told you left Angelia. What are you two doing here? I could ask you the same, Sir Fitzgerald. What are you doing here? Fitz is at a loss for words as he stares at Julian confused. Answer the question, Sir Fitzgerald. What are you doing here? I'm quickly reaching the end of my patience. Just let me talk to him. Neither Julian or Garland back down. If anything, they look more ready to draw their swords. I don't trust him. I look at the three of them. Then I remember the story of Julian and Garland's dismissal from the Order of Caldera. Sir Alacaster was the one that dismissed them, so perhaps they hold some type of grudge. Is it because Fitz is Sir Alacaster's son? I do not know why you do not trust Sir Alacaster, but Fitz is a completely different person. He is my knight. He would never harm me. We have our own reasons for doing this, Princess. I sigh, rubbing my forehead with my hand, try and dispel an impending headache. I swear, you lot are like a bed of snakes. Stop hissing at each other. Dolores walks in from behind me, swatting at Julian and Garland to move them. She smiles at Fitz before turning to beam that same smile at Julian and Garland. If you're so concerned, then feel free to chaperone the princess with her knight. I'm sure the two of you can handle it if he tries to do something funny. Fitz's voice is quiet when he speaks. You know I would never hurt her. Fine. I glare at Julian and Garland when we are in the reception room. Thankfully, they take the hint and retreat to the opposite wall, far enough to give Fitz and I some privacy. Fitz speaks as soon as I sink into a chair. I haven't seen you for 4 months, Princess. Has it been that long? Already? Do you know how worried I was when I woke up one day and realized that Princess Emily was in your place? To make things worse, no one remembered you. Not even the king. When I brought up Crown Princess Zuciette, everyone thought I was delusional. Where do I even begin? I decided to start with the facts of my curse and how I'm meant to break it. So you have the Cinderella's curse, and that's the reason you remained in the margin? Yes. And you need to complete 3 good deeds to break it? That is right. And how many good deeds have you accomplished, if you don't mind me asking? I frown as I shake my head. None. I do not think I am capable of doing good. Of course you are. I look up in surprise at Fitz's impassioned declaration. Let me start with this. I knew when we first met that I was not what you were expecting. I wouldn't be surprised to know if I even disappointed you. But you never said a word of complaint, even in the beginning when I made lots of mistakes. And we both know how clumsy I was in the beginning. There's a kindness in you, Princess. I know this for a fact. Even when I look away, I can still feel Fitz's eyes and smile directed at me. Anyway, so if everyone has forgotten who you are, how is it that I can still remember you? There's only one reason that makes sense, though it brings up more questions than answers. Those who have the fairy tale curse are not affected by the conditions of another person's curse. Wait, are you saying that I'm cursed? Unless you are secretly a witch or a fairy. No, I'm definitely human, I can assure you of that. What about Lady Julian and Sir Garland? Julian speaks up from her corner of the room. Though the knights are feigning disinterest, there's no doubt they are listening in our conversation. We aren't cursed, so unfortunately we don't remember Princess Luciette being, well, crown princess. We only found out when she came here. I see. Fitz's distress is apparent as he looks grimly down at the floor. He hasn't admitted to having the curse, which means either he does not know he has it or refuses to tell me. I cannot believe this. How could I have the fairy tale curse and not know about it? Have there been no differences in your life lately? I suppose I've been more forgetful lately. Does that count? You've always been forgetful. I know. Fitz's posture stiffens as Julian walks towards us from the other end of the room. Her arms are crossed and her gaze are directed at Fitz is filled with suspicion. How were you able to find this place? Fitz looks back at me as if asking permission, and I nod. I've been dispatching scouts through Angelia to look for the princess ever since she disappeared. A girl matching her description was seen in this area entering this house. When my scouts entered this place, they found it empty and abandoned. I figured this was as good as a place as any to start looking for traces of her. Though I was expecting an empty house, not a tavern full of people. Only those with the curse, or certain permitted people such as Julian and myself, can enter this place and see it for what it is. So I really am cursed, then. Fitz is silent for a few moments, as he considers what was just said to him. That does explain That does explain things, though not as much as I'd like. Fitz stands. I still have many questions to ask, but I'm expected back at the palace. Fitz turns to look at Julian and Garland. I do not know why the two of you are here, but I am glad that you are. I know I can trust you to keep the princess safe. Please take care of her. You don't have to tell us twice. Fitz smiles in reply before turning once more to bow at me. Until we see each other again, princess. Bye, Fitz. A week goes by after Fitz leaves the tavern, and my luck does not change. I am still unable to complete a single good deed. I want to ask Parfait if she knows anything about Fitz and his curse, but she's been absent from the tavern for more than a week. When I asked Delora why Parfait was missing, all the witch said was that Parfait was busy dealing with the rapid spread of the fairy tale curse. Today I am accompanying Waltz to the toy shop to buy materials for his upcoming show. But now I cannot find him. He was there by those shelves earlier. Where has he gone? I turn a corner, and my gaze is caught once more by the dolls on display. One particular doll catches my eye, and I cannot help but marvel at its beauty. Oh, she's so pretty! If only I had enough money to buy you. I notice this man standing just to the right, in front of the teddy bear display shelf. Isn't that the father I saw with his daughter a few weeks ago? He's looking at the teddy bear his daughter wanted, the one he did not have enough money to buy. I watch as he opens one of his clenched hands. There's some gold coins in his palm. I glimpsed at the price tags of the teddy bears earlier, and I'm certain that the man does not have enough money to afford the one he is eyeing. I thought I saved enough by now. Now what do I get her for her birthday? The man heads for the next shelf over. He raises a hand to rub at the back of his neck. I walk over and pick up the bear that the man was just looking at. It's very soft and somewhat comforting to hold. I can see why the girl liked this one. I begin to move toward the counter without realizing. I hold the teddy bear to me in one hand and reach for the bag of coins with my other. The king gave me this money all those months ago, but I never used it. If I buy this bear, it will be completely broke. Miss, could you wrap this for me? Of course. Once she has finished wrapping the bear, I turn to search for the father. It seems he's no longer in his shop. Has he left? Wow, that's a big toy you got there. Waltz appears with a bright smile on his face. He leans forward to inspect the packaging I'm holding. I need to find him. Who? I'm sure he hasn't gone too far yet. Hey, wait. Where is he? Princess, where are you going? Explain. Pretty sure that's the right option, but I will check. Yep, explain. Oh. There's someone I need to find. Did you happen to see a man eyeing the large teddy bear earlier? I think I caught a glimpse of him. Why? We need to find that man. I must give this to him. I am about to run off into the crowd when I feel Waltz's hand on my sleeve. I turn to snap impatiently at him, but I find my annoyance dying at his expression on his face. Look, I'm not entirely sure what is happening, but I'll help you. But you have to stay with me. We shouldn't be separated in this crowd. Fine. Waltz keeps pace with me as I almost break into a run. It'll be difficult finding that man with all these people around. We should at least try. Waltz and I search for hours, but we never find him. I do not even know his name. We could try again tomorrow. It's going to be dark soon. But it's her birthday. Who? I ignore Waltz. In a brief second, I close my eyes. I see the man's pained expression in my mind. I sat down on the bench and clasped the wrapped bear to my chest. He wanted to buy this bear for his daughter's birthday, because he loves her. A familiar ache flares up in my chest. I spent my whole life wanting the king to treat me the same way that man treats his daughter. Luciette, I promise you we'll look again first thing in the morning. Waltz and I head back to the margin, but the weight in my chest slows me down. It's not like you to be sad for a stranger. You've changed. Have I? Welcome home, Papa. The girl's voice is familiar. I roll on my heels and stare at the little girl in the doorway of one of the homes. I thought we were too late, but we found them. The little girl runs from her home to wrap her arms around her father, who picks her up and pulls her into a tight hug. Sorry I'm late, sweetheart, but you're here now. Mama, Papa is here. We can start my birthday party now. The girl wiggles out of her father's embrace and runs back into the house excitedly. The man is carrying a small box in his hands, wrapped neatly with a ribbon. He looks down at his gift and sighs. Before he can go inside home, I walk toward him and tap on his shoulder. Excuse me. You were in the toy shop earlier. I was. We've been looking everywhere for you. For me? He looks first at me and then the package I carry in my arms. Can I help you with something, miss? I heard that it was your daughter's birthday today. She's turning 7 today, but why? Here. Aww. This is for your daughter. This is the toy you wanted to buy for her. Take it. No, I can't possibly. Just take it. The man seems to be too much shocked to reach out for the teddy bear. He shakes his head in wonder. You don't even know who we are. Why would you do something like this? I've been asking myself that all day. You love your daughter very much, don't you? She's my life. She and my wife. But I cannot pay you for this. Papa, why are you taking so long? The girl is suddenly at the door again, her wide eyes staring right at me. Who are you? The little girl clings to her father's legs. She looks curious, but not afraid. I do not know what to say. This pretty lady here is your fairy godmother, little one. Waltz! Aww! I turn to glare at Waltz. What is he playing at? Fairy godmother? Like the one in Cinderella? Yes. I shoot Waltz another warning look, but he only grins at me. She's come to fulfill your birthday wish. Isn't that right, my lady? Fucking Waltz. Alright. Good. I was like, I don't want to shatter this kid's, illusion. Absolutely. Play along. It is her birthday. I might as well play along. Yes, I am. Really? Waltz nudges me toward the little girl. I glare at him before I kneel down and hold the wrapped teddy bear out to her. What does Waltz usually say to children when he gives them gifts? Oh, you have been a very good girl. This is for you. The girl reaches out and takes the bear. Her eyes light up as she stares at it. This is the teddy bear. I nod and the little girl squeals, twirling around with the wrapped teddy bear tight in her arms. Then suddenly she puts the bear down and throws her arms around my neck. Thank you for granting my wish, Miss Fairy Godmother. I am too shocked to react. Mama, look at what my fairy godmother brought me. I can only stare as the little girl runs back into her house with the gift. Thank you. I glance at the man, who, much to my surprise, has tears running down his cheeks. He is still somehow smiling through them. I will never forget your kindness. He tips into a short bow, and then disappears into his home. Oh, we got a piece. This is a piece of the glass slipper. Your first good deed. I stare in disbelief at the hovering piece in my hand. The moment it is there, the next it is swallowed by a bright light and is joined with my pendant. I cannot believe it. Waltz, look. But Waltz is not looking at my new pendant. He's looking at my face, his gaze enraptured. What are you looking at? You just smiled. I did. It is as beautiful as I remember. I feel slightly embarrassed and have no words as I quickly turn my head away. I'm glad that you decided to play along with my story. You made her birthday extra special by making her believe that you were her own fairy godmother. That no matter how tough things are, every child has someone watching over them, so long as they're good. My eyes are still on the slipper when I hear an unfamiliar voice behind us. Cinderella's glass slipper, huh? We both turn to stare at a man standing a few feet from us. He's cloaked in darkness, but I can still make out his grin. Oh my god, Varg! Hey, buddy! Hello, princess. Hey, Varg. We had a whole route about how morally gray you are, and everything. Sup? Chapter 5. To protect. Okay, well, if we're going to do Chapter 5. Okay, we're not going to do Chapter 5. Nope. I did not mean to do that. It is early. No! Bad. Let's try to do the thing and it didn't. Okay. Okay, we're good. Well, I think that was a good stopping point for Waltz's route. Because I'm kind of uncomfortable where I am. And I'm tired. And I'm also hungry. So I think getting off right now is the best decision for me. Anyway, thank you all for joining me. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful time zone. And I will see you all today. Tomorrow, technically. Because today was Saturday. It's now Sunday. So possibly today, if I feel up to it. And as long as no parties go on. Or storms. Or I will see you Thursday. And I am not... I don't know. It depends. I don't plan on streaming Sunday because I feel like I'll be too tired to stream on the 20th, but who knows? I might. We'll see. But yeah. Bye-bye.